Guys, good morning. I want to talk about Supra. This is a new coin that I started trading recently, and I want to share with you kind of my thinking as to why I took a trade on this. I took a trade right here on this breakout of this high. So if I put the red line there, so right around 0.0031 is where I took a long trade. And here's the reason why. I just wanted to share some of my thoughts as to why I did this. I was watching this coin on the daily and I was, trying to see where a bottom on this coin would be. This is a fairly new token. It's a token in the auto-DeFi space. I really don't understand a lot about that other than, this seems to be a pretty well talked about coin. I've seen several other people mention it. And I've just been watching it for a few weeks, trying to figure out where the bottom would be. One of the problems with new tokens is that you don't have a lot of market history. So how do you trade those? What's kind of a strategy for being able to take a trade on a token like that and catch a lot of upside? For example, if this was the bottom here on July the 6th, then you're looking at incredible gains, even coming back up to the 618, which would be an internal retrace. When I say 618, I'm talking about the 618 fib level, which typically these tokens do. So if you took a trade at that breakout at 0.0031, you're talking about a 500% move. And with 20x leverage, that's $100 capital risk where you could potentially make $10,000. Yes, I didn't say that wrong. You could make $100 bet here and turn that into a $10,000 move. And again, that's not even thinking, oh, we're going to go to new all-time highs with Supra. We're going to go to, 80 cents with Supra. That's just internal movements, right? And so this is one of the strategies you can do is if you notice coins that are being talked about, coins that have new technology, they seem to have a good team around them. Again, I've not done a lot of fundamental research with this token. I've just really been watching the price compared to, again, what Bitcoin was doing in its market, what XRP was doing, what other coins were doing. And when I saw this volume here, when I saw this initial reaction here on July the 6th, and I saw the volume on these 2 days, and then I saw that pullback, and again, I was watching this on the daily. I was watching this on the 6 hour. I was watching this on the 4 hour. And just hold on, let me put in another trade here because I'm trying to catch this wave 4 correction, which I believe we're doing right now. So I took a breakout play here, and what I did is when I saw that bounce, when I saw that conviction, and I, again, took into consideration the broader market, what was going on, and then I saw the retrace. And if you measured this initial impulse off the bottom and you pulled it to the top, you saw that we only got a 50 retrace, which even is bullish underlying. And then we got this move. And so you can check me on this over the next several days. Let's see what happens. But on Supra, we then got our wave 3. So this was wave 1. Two. And if you come down to smaller time frames, you'll be able to see the 5-wave impulse off the bottom. Like if you come down to the 30-minute, yeah. So like on the 30-minute, we had 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, bam. So that's your initial wave 1. This was your wave 2, A, B, C. And then we had this beautiful wave 3 impulse that pretty much followed the rest of the market, like XRP did. Supra put in its wave 3. But what I did was I took a breakout long here, and I set my stop right here, and so that's pretty easy. I mean, if this was going to be impulsive, you're going to know that. You're going to get follow through. And of course, we did get follow through. We came up here and price came through the 1886, which tells me immediately that wave 5 on this initial impulse, larger impulse move off the bottom, is we're going to at least get this 3618. Most likely we're going to get the 4236. This seems to be a pretty strong coin that's moving here. So we'll probably get this initial wave 1 come up here to the 4236. Then we'll have a retrace for wave 2. Wave 2 typically won't come below that wave 4 here. So if this is wave 4 here, Wave 2 will typically maybe sweep that, but that'll be our wave 2, and then we'll be off to the races with wave 3 and then wave 5, most likely up to almost 2 cents. So yeah, that's Supra. I don't know a lot about it, but I just know that it looks like good technical opportunities for a trade here. 1, 2, 3, 4, and now we should be putting in a wave 5. It would make sense for our wave 5 to come up here and take out this sell side liquidity here, and then we would probably roll over for a wave 2. And again, the wave 2 might not come all the way back down in this current price area. And that's just because just even looking at this wave 2, it was only to the 50. So if you measure a potential wave 2, let's say we get all the way up to the 4236 here, I would say we might even get up here. And if we get up here on this initial impulse off the bottom, like say up to the 5618, then that's where I start to evaluate and say, okay, maybe this 2 cent range is not going to be the top. So I'm going to be watching this and seeing what's the nature of this fifth wave impulse off the bottom here. But let's say we just get to the 4236 or just take out that sell side liquidity, then yeah, probably wave 1, then wave 2 would make sense to come back here and retest 0.00465, and then we continue. Guys, you're going to find out about my trading style. I use a mixture of a lot of different things. Of course, price action, volume, Elliott Wave theory. I'm not an Elliott Wave perfectionist. I don't think you can be an Elliott Wave perfectionist in crypto trading, really for any trading. Elliott Wave theory is not the be-all end-all. It's another tool in the toolkit. And so I use a mixture of that. I use RSI. There's probably 5 or 6 tools that I really rely upon to make the best statistical decision that I think is there to give me an edge in trading. So just important for us to watch these moves. Take a look on Supra. If you've not gotten in on Supra yet, this would be a good place to take a little bit of a nibble. We could come back as low as 0.0033 or 34, right there at that 1272. But I think wave 4 is here, and I think we're finding support here. So yeah, I just want to give you some quick insights on Supra and how I'm seeing the price action. Check me on these things in the coming days. Let's see where we get for this fifth wave. And then let's be watching very closely how this retraces, because that's going to give to us an indication, of course, taking that in with volume, as we're looking at that down here. That's going to give us an indication of whether this retrace to the 618 internal of the entire coin's life history so far, whether this is going to be the top or whether we could be ready to see this make a move towards new all-time highs, either at 22 cents or up to 79 or 80 cents. So yeah, I hope this helps you. And if it does, give me a like and subscribe, share this with others. And if you want to take a trade with me on this, you're more than welcome to. But again, not financial advice. You're an adult. You have to make those decisions. I hope no one will ever blame me for, oh, you said to buy this, and you should have. Guys, one thing you'll learn very quickly in trading is if you're going to grow and become a master of this craft, you have to take personal responsibility for your decisions. Learn from others, glean wisdom from others, but you have to take personal responsibility. So don't ever blame somebody else for your trading decisions. But I do hope that these insights, I do hope that what I've learned over 8 years of dancing with crypto, that's what I like to liken crypto trading to. It's kind of like dancing. There's the technicals of dancing, and then there's the art of dancing. And really, crypto trading is somewhat of an art. There is, intuition involved in that. There is, yes, technical analysis involved in that, but it's a lot like dancing or forecasting the weather. You just have to go with the flow, baby. So hope that helps you guys, and have a great weekend. We'll talk to you soon, and keep an eye on Supra. Don't forget about it. Later.